Something truly powerful is happening, and most people are unprepared. Have you ever considered that your home might hold a source of divine protection so strong that it could transform your life and the lives of your loved ones? But here's the issue. If you're not using it the right way, you could be doing the opposite, leaving your home exposed to negativity. Padre Pio left behind an incredible teaching about the crucifix, something most people overlook. Yet it could be the difference between a blessed home and one filled with struggles. There are critical mistakes that nearly everyone makes, blocking the blessings meant for them. Have you ever stepped into a home and felt an overwhelming sense of peace and harmony? And then, in another home, sensed tension, heaviness, and unease? There's a reason for that. The presence of the crucifix, properly honored, has the power to shift the entire atmosphere of a home. The crucifix is not just a decoration, nor is it a mere religious symbol hanging on a wall. It is a shield, a source of grace, and a barrier against darkness. For centuries, homes of faithful believers have been safeguarded by its presence. Yet, few truly understand its magnitude or the way to unlock its full power. Padre Pio often spoke about the necessity of having a crucifix in one's home, but warned that simply owning one was not enough. It must be placed with intention and activated through faith-filled practices. The cross is the ultimate symbol of victory over evil, a channel of grace, and a reminder of redemption. But too often, people hang a crucifix on a high wall where no one pays attention to it. It collects dust, it's forgotten, and its power remains dormant. What most don't realize is that when a crucifix is properly used, with faith and purpose, it creates a spiritual barrier, shielding families from negative influences, conflicts, and hardships. Padre Pio taught that the crucifix should be placed in key areas of the home to fully exercise its protective power. One of the most critical locations is the main entrance, the gateway through which both people and external energies enter. Placing a crucifix by the front door is like establishing a spiritual shield that repels anything that could disturb the peace of your home. Another essential location is the living room, the heart of family gatherings and the place where guests are received. A crucifix in this space strengthens the home's harmony, creating an atmosphere of peace and unity. Bedrooms, especially children's rooms, are also crucial places. The crucifix provides protection during the night, wards off disturbances, and fosters restful sleep. Padre Pio also advised placing a crucifix in the kitchen, the space where meals are prepared, ensuring that it remains blessed so that the home is never lacking in provision or abundance. But simply placing a crucifix in the home is not enough. It must be activated for its power to take effect. A crucifix that has not been blessed by a priest is like a door without a lock. It has potential but lacks the full power of spiritual protection. Beyond having it blessed, the crucifix must be integrated into daily life. It should not be just another decoration, but a focal point of prayer and reflection. Every time you pass by it, take a moment to acknowledge its presence. Make the sign of the cross. Say a short prayer of gratitude and invite its protection into your life. During difficult moments, family conflicts, financial struggles, or health concerns, Padre Pio encouraged lighting a candle next to the crucifix and offering a heartfelt prayer. This simple act strengthens the spiritual connection within the household and dispels negative energy. Many families have shared testimonies of tangible transformations after they began properly honoring the crucifix in their homes. Some noticed a newfound sense of peace and unity. Arguments within the family lessened, financial breakthroughs occurred unexpectedly, and problems that once seemed insurmountable found resolution. Padre Pio insisted that the crucifix is not just a tool of protection, it is also a means of transformation. When embraced with faith, it can heal illnesses, strengthen family bonds, and bring blessings in ways one would never expect. Faith is the key that unlocks the power of the crucifix. It is not a mystical object, nor a superstition. It is a real connection to the divine. Those who honor it with faith, who pray before it with sincerity, will experience its true protection. If you already have a crucifix in your home, Now is the time to ask yourself, are you using it the right way? Are you receiving its blessings? Or is it just another object on your wall? And if you don't have one yet, perhaps today is the day to strengthen your home's spiritual protection. Padre Pio lived his life devoted entirely to faith. He received profound revelations about the power of prayer and sacred objects in shielding homes from spiritual harm. Among all his teachings, one of the most significant was his message about the crucifix, how its presence in a home can shift the entire atmosphere, deepen the faith of those who dwell there, and serve as a shield against negative influences. He always carried a crucifix with him, drawing strength from it in times of need. To him, it was not just a religious symbol, but a living source of divine protection. Yet, he warned that too many people have a crucifix in their home without truly understanding its power or knowing how to activate it. Padre Pio taught that the crucifix has the ability to change the energy of a home. When placed with faith and reverence, it becomes a beacon of light, radiating protection, harmony, and purification. Many who once felt overwhelmed by stress and negativity found their homes transformed after properly positioning and engaging with the crucifix. Some reported that persistent conflicts within the household eased, financial burdens were lifted, and an unexplainable sense of peace settled in. But Padre Pio emphasized that the crucifix cannot simply be hung on a wall and forgotten. There are essential steps to ensure that its presence has a deep and lasting effect. The first and most important step is to have it blessed by a priest. An unblessed crucifix is like a lighthouse with no light. It has the potential to guide and protect, but it needs to be spiritually activated. The blessing consecrates the crucifix, turning it into an instrument of divine power. The second step is placing it in the right location. It should not be tucked away in a corner, unnoticed and ignored. Instead, it should be placed in a visible and honored position so that the family engages with it daily. Padre Pio recommended placing the crucifix above the main entrance, in the living room, and in bedrooms, especially above children's beds, to provide nightly protection. The third step is using the crucifix actively in daily life. Padre Pio emphasized the importance of gazing upon it with faith, touching it with devotion, and praying before it regularly. Each morning and night, family members should make the sign of the cross before it, offering gratitude for protection and asking for blessings. Holding a crucifix while praying creates a direct link to Christ's sacrifice, strengthening faith and providing resilience during difficult times. Additionally, Padre Pio encouraged placing the crucifix at the center of the home when facing illness or struggles, offering prayers for healing and guidance. He also warned against common mistakes, such as treating the crucifix as a mere decoration or placing it in a forgotten corner. A crucifix covered in dust has no power. It must be honored daily, treated with respect, and engaged with as an active source of faith. Many have testified that after incorporating Padre Pio's teachings, their lives changed in ways they never expected. Homes once filled with unrest found peace. Financial struggles found resolution. And above all, faith grew stronger, anchoring families in divine protection. If you are ready to strengthen the spiritual protection of your home, take a moment now. Type in the comments, "I trust in divine protection." Declare your faith and let this act of commitment be the first step in opening the doors to divine blessings in your life. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now, because these teachings hold power, and this is only the beginning. What you're about to learn next will reveal how to activate the crucifix so that its power truly manifests in your life. The transformation you've been waiting for begins now. Padre Pio frequently warned that owning a crucifix without truly engaging with it is like possessing a shield, but never lifting it in battle. A crucifix has the power to protect, heal, and transform, but only when it is used with faith and devotion. Many people make the mistake of treating it as just another religious ornament, rather than recognizing it as a tool of divine protection. One of the most common errors is placing the crucifix in an obscure location where it is rarely seen or acknowledged. Some people hang it in a dark corner, a storage area, or a spot filled with distractions, like near televisions or computers. where it is easily overlooked. According to Padre Pio, the crucifix should be positioned in key locations where its presence serves as a constant reminder of faith and divine protection. The front entrance is one of the most significant places to position a crucifix. It acts as a spiritual barrier, preventing negativity from entering and ensuring that the home remains a place of peace and security. Having a crucifix at the entrance not only protects those living in the home, but also blesses everyone who steps inside, creating an atmosphere of reverence and harmony. Another essential location is the bedroom, especially above the headboard of the bed. During sleep, people are spiritually vulnerable, making it crucial to have divine protection in their resting space. Padre Pio emphasized that having a crucifix in the bedroom can prevent nightmares, reduce anxiety, and bring a sense of serenity. It serves as a powerful reminder that each night, as we rest, we are under God's watchful care. The living room is also a key location. Since it is the heart of the home where family members gather and guests are received, a crucifix in this space helps harmonize relationships and fosters a peaceful environment. Many families who have placed a crucifix in their living room have noticed a reduction in conflicts, improved communication, and an increased sense of unity. The kitchen, often overlooked as a place for spiritual protection, is another important area. It is where meals are prepared, providing nourishment for the body and soul. Placing a crucifix in the kitchen blesses the food and invites abundance into the home. Padre Pio taught that a kitchen filled with gratitude and faith will always have provision, ensuring that no family member goes without. If a home has a dedicated prayer space or altar, the crucifix should be its focal point. This is where spiritual connection is strongest and where prayers are offered with the deepest intention. A crucifix on a personal altar acts as a spiritual amplifier, magnifying prayers and ensuring they are received with greater intensity. Padre Pio recommended lighting candles near the crucifix during prayer as a symbol of faith and devotion. While these are the main locations where a crucifix should be placed, Padre Pio also encouraged believers to carry one with them at all times. Whether worn around the neck, kept in a pocket, or placed in a car, a crucifix serves as a shield of protection no matter where a person goes. Many people have testified that carrying a crucifix has given them a sense of security, helped them overcome difficult moments, and even protected them from harm. But simply placing a crucifix in these locations is not enough. It must be actively honored and used. One of the most crucial steps is ensuring that the crucifix has been blessed by a priest. Padre Pio explained that a crucifix without a blessing is like a door left unlocked. It has the potential to protect, but has not been spiritually activated. A priestly blessing consecrates the crucifix, transforming it into a powerful instrument of grace. For those who already have a crucifix at home but are unsure if it has been blessed, bringing it to a church and requesting a blessing is a simple yet powerful step to strengthen its spiritual effectiveness. If acquiring a new crucifix, it should be blessed before placing it in the home. Another mistake many people make is neglecting to pray before the crucifix. Having it in the home without engaging with it is like owning a well, but never drawing water from it. The power of the crucifix is activated through prayer, devotion, and reverence. Padre Pio insisted that believers should take moments throughout the day to acknowledge the crucifix, make the sign of the cross before it, and use it as a focal point for daily prayers. A particularly powerful practice is praying in front of the crucifix during times of hardship. Whether facing illness, financial struggles, or family conflicts, kneeling before the crucifix and offering heartfelt prayers invites divine intervention. Padre Pio encouraged lighting a candle while praying before the crucifix, as the flame symbolizes faith, hope, and the presence of the Holy Spirit. Many people who have followed this practice have testified to experiencing profound peace, clarity, and even miraculous breakthroughs. Another key lesson from Padre Pio was the importance of keeping the crucifix in good condition. A broken, dusty, or neglected crucifix sends the wrong message. How a person treats sacred objects reflects the importance they give to their faith. If a crucifix becomes damaged, it should be repaired or replaced with reverence. If it is beyond repair, It should not be discarded in the trash, but taken to a church for proper disposal. Some people mistakenly place the crucifix alongside items that contradict Christian beliefs, such as esoteric objects or superstitious charms. Padre Pio warned that mixing the crucifix with items that do not align with faith can diminish its spiritual power and create confusion. The crucifix does not require additional symbols for its strength. It is a source of divine protection on its own. Another commonly overlooked mistake is failing to renew one's devotion to the crucifix. Many people start with enthusiasm, praying before the crucifix daily, but over time, their attention fades, and it becomes just another decoration. Padre Pio recommended that believers periodically renew their faith in front of the crucifix. This could be done through a special prayer, a moment of reflection, or even by simply cleaning it with care and gratitude. But the greatest mistake of all is lacking faith in the power of the crucifix. Owning a crucifix without believing in its significance is like carrying an umbrella on a rainy day but never opening it. Its power does not come from its physical form alone, but from the faith that activates it. Padre Pio insisted that the crucifix is a key that unlocks divine protection, but faith is what gives it the strength to act. For those who have made these mistakes, there is no need to worry. What matters is recognizing them now and making the necessary changes to fully embrace the power of the crucifix. Take a moment to look around your home. Where is your crucifix placed? Has it been blessed? Are you actively engaging with it? Or has it become just another forgotten object? If you do not yet have a crucifix, now is the time to bring one into your home, not as a decoration, but as a real source of protection, healing, and blessing. Padre Pio's message was clear. The crucifix is not just a symbol, it is a tool of light, a shield against darkness, and a source of divine grace. By honoring it properly, placing it in the right locations, and integrating it into daily prayer, believers can experience its full spiritual power. Through faith and devotion, the crucifix becomes more than an object. It becomes a living connection to divine protection and a source of strength in every aspect of life. If you feel that you are missing out on divine protection, the answer is simple. Take action now. Type in the comments, "I trust in divine protection." Declare your faith, and let this be the first step toward transforming the spiritual atmosphere of your home. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now, because this journey is only beginning, and what comes next will reveal something even more powerful: the deeper, hidden meaning behind the crucifix, and the three spiritual forces it can activate in your life. Everything changes when you start using the crucifix the right way. It is time to step into divine protection. It is time to unlock its full power. The transformation begins now. Padre Pio emphasized that the crucifix is not just a symbol of faith, but a real source of divine protection, healing, and transformation. However, for it to fully exert its power, believers must treat it with reverence and integrate it into their daily lives. The presence of a crucifix alone is not enough. It must be activated through prayer, devotion, and faith. One of the most overlooked but powerful aspects of the crucifix is its connection to healing. Padre Pio taught that the cross is the greatest source of healing because it represents Christ's ultimate sacrifice for humanity. He often reminded people that Christ suffered not only to redeem souls, but also to bring healing, both physical and spiritual, to those who trust in him. Many believers have testified that praying before the crucifix during illness has led to unexpected recoveries and relief from pain. Padre Pio encouraged the sick to hold a crucifix in their hands while praying, offering their suffering to God with faith. He explained that this act strengthens the connection between the suffering person and Christ, who understands human pain more than anyone. There are countless testimonies of people who, while praying before a crucifix in moments of illness, felt an overwhelming sense of peace, comfort, and even immediate relief. Some have shared miraculous recoveries that doctors could not explain, reinforcing the idea that faith plays a crucial role in the healing process. But the crucifix does not only provide physical healing, it also heals the soul. Many people struggle with despair, anxiety, and hopelessness. Padre Pio taught that whenever someone feels overwhelmed by darkness, they should turn to the crucifix gaze upon it with an open heart, and ask for help. He reassured believers that the cross is a reminder that no suffering is meaningless, and that every burden, when given to God, can lead to inner peace and transformation. People who have suffered from depression, anxiety, and even spiritual crises have shared stories of finding strength through the crucifix. Many reported that simply looking at the crucifix during moments of despair helped them feel comforted, as if they were reminded that they were never alone in their struggles. Padre Pio often told those who were struggling, "Cling to the cross, and you will never be alone." Beyond healing, the crucifix also has the power to transform entire lives. Padre Pio explained that when a family honors the crucifix and makes it a central part of their home, everything begins to change. Many homes that were once filled with conflicts, financial struggles, and disharmony have witnessed surprising transformations simply by placing a crucifix in their home and praying before it daily. Some people who were drowning in financial troubles found unexpected job opportunities, or received financial breakthroughs after making the crucifix a part of their daily prayers. Others who were experiencing broken relationships found reconciliation after turning to the crucifix and asking for divine guidance. Padre Pio insisted that these changes were not coincidences, but the result of opening one's home and heart to God's blessings. However, he also warned that for the crucifix to bring transformation, faith must be unwavering. It is not enough to pray one day and then forget about the cross for weeks. He emphasized the importance of consistency, turning to the crucifix every day, in both hardships and moments of gratitude. A home that honors the crucifix with faith becomes a place of peace, protection, and divine presence. Padre Pio was a living testimony to the power of the crucifix. Throughout his life, he faced immense suffering, both physical and spiritual. His body bore the wounds of Christ, and he endured severe attacks from the enemy. Yet, in his moments of greatest pain, he would hold on to the crucifix tightly, drawing strength from it. He believed that looking at the crucifix reminded believers that suffering is never without purpose, and that through faith, even the heaviest burdens could be endured. He often encouraged people to place a crucifix at the center of their home and make it a habit to pray before it. He recommended that each family member make the sign of the cross in front of it every morning and night, offering thanks for protection and asking for blessings. For those facing illness, he advised placing the crucifix at the center of the home while prayers for healing were offered. He believed that when someone prays with faith in front of the crucifix, they create a direct spiritual connection with Christ's sacrifice, allowing divine grace to enter their lives. Padre Pio also warned against treating the crucifix as a mere decoration. He explained that one of the biggest mistakes believers make is having a crucifix in their home but never engaging with it. He compared this to owning a shield, but never using it in battle. A crucifix on the wall means little if it is ignored, forgotten, or placed in a location where it is rarely seen. He also cautioned against placing the crucifix in inappropriate locations, such as storage rooms or dark corners where no one ever notices it. He insisted that it should be in a visible, central location where people spend time, so that its presence serves as a constant reminder of faith and divine protection. Another mistake many make is failing to maintain the crucifix properly. Padre Pio believed that how one treats sacred objects reflects their devotion. If a crucifix is broken or damaged, it should be repaired or replaced with reverence. If it is beyond repair, it should not be discarded disrespectfully but taken to a church for proper disposal. Many believers have testified that after they began treating their crucifix with greater reverence, cleaning it regularly, praying before it daily, and placing it in a central location, they noticed profound changes in their lives. Some experienced a newfound sense of peace, while others felt strengthened in their faith. Padre Pio emphasized that faith is what unlocks the power of the crucifix. Without faith, it remains just an object. But for those who believe in its power, it becomes a shield, a healer, and a source of transformation. He encouraged believers to renew their devotion to the crucifix regularly, not just in times of crisis, but as a daily practice. For those who do not yet have a crucifix in their home, now is the perfect time to bring one in, not as a decoration, but as a living reminder of divine protection and grace. And for those who already have one, it is time to ask, are you truly using it to its full potential? Has it been blessed? Is it placed in the right location? Do you actively engage with it, or has it become just another object on the wall? Padre Pio left a clear message. The crucifix is not just a religious symbol, it is a tool of divine power. Those who honor it with faith and devotion will experience its true blessings. Homes that make the crucifix an active part of daily life become sanctuaries of peace, protection, and spiritual strength. By embracing this teaching, believers can transform not only their homes, but also their hearts. The power of the crucifix is real, but it must be activated through faith. For those willing to take that step, Padre Pio promised that blessings, protection, and divine grace would follow. And if you do not yet have a crucifix, this may be the sign you have been waiting for, the invitation to bring divine protection, healing, and transformation into your life. Now take a moment, type in the comments, "I welcome divine protection." Declare this over your home and let this act of faith be the first step toward the breakthrough you have been seeking. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now. These teachings hold life-changing wisdom. And what comes next will reveal the most common mistakes that block the power of the crucifix and how to correct them immediately. The journey to divine protection is only beginning. The crucifix is waiting. It is time to unlock its full power. Padre Pio's teachings on the crucifix extend beyond the home. He also emphasized its role in protecting individuals in their daily lives. Carrying a crucifix, whether worn as a necklace or kept in a pocket, was something he strongly encouraged. He believed that having a crucifix close to you at all times serves as a shield, offering constant protection from negative influences, spiritual attacks, and unforeseen dangers. Many believers have shared stories of experiencing unexpected protection while carrying a crucifix. Some recounted narrowly avoiding accidents. Others felt a sense of peace in dangerous situations, and some even spoke of feeling an invisible force shielding them during moments of fear. Padre Pio insisted that this was not a coincidence but a manifestation of divine protection for those who carry the cross with faith. But once again he warned, simply carrying a crucifix is not enough. It must be used with devotion. He advised believers to touch it often, to pray while holding it, and to seek comfort in its presence. During times of distress, he recommended grasping the crucifix tightly and calling upon Christ for guidance. Many who followed this practice reported an overwhelming sense of peace washing over them, as if their burdens were lifted the moment they held the cross. The crucifix also plays a crucial role in protecting travelers. Padre Pio advised placing a small crucifix in vehicles, whether on the dashboard, rearview mirror, or inside a bag. He often reminded people to pray before embarking on a journey, asking for divine protection. Countless testimonies exist of people who have survived severe accidents or avoided danger entirely, with many attributing their safety to the presence of a crucifix in their car and the prayers they offered before traveling. But beyond physical protection, the crucifix has an even greater power, protecting the soul. Padre Pio taught that spiritual attacks are real and that people often underestimate how external influences can weaken their faith. Homes and individuals can become spiritually vulnerable if they are not careful, allowing negativity, temptations, and unrest to enter their lives. He emphasized that the crucifix is a direct line of defense against these unseen forces. One of the most powerful practices Padre Pio encouraged was praying before the crucifix during moments of temptation. Whether facing doubts, sinful urges, or spiritual weakness, he advised believers to immediately turn to the cross and ask for strength. He believed that gazing upon the crucifix, even for a few moments, could dispel temptations and realign the heart with faith. Many who have followed this teaching reported that their struggles with bad habits, anger, or emotional turmoil became more manageable. Some found that temptations they once felt powerless against began to fade, and they developed a stronger resistance to negative influences. Padre Pio taught that every time a person feels lost or spiritually attacked, the first thing they should do is seek refuge in the crucifix. He also spoke about the power of the crucifix in bringing peace to the home. He explained that certain places, because of their past or the energy they hold, can feel heavy or unsettled. If a home carries tension, frequent arguments, or unexplained disturbances, he advised placing a crucifix in every room and blessing the space with prayer. Many people who followed this guidance noticed a dramatic shift in their home's atmosphere. Conflicts lessened, the air felt lighter, and a sense of peace settled in. Padre Pio emphasized that placing a crucifix in strategic locations is one of the best ways to establish a protective barrier against negativity. He specifically recommended the main entrance acts as a shield, preventing negative influences from entering. Bedrooms offers protection during sleep and brings peaceful rest. And living rooms encourages harmony among family members and guests. The kitchen invites blessings into the home and ensures abundance. Prayer spaces strengthens spiritual connection and deepens devotion. But one of the most important aspects he taught was how the crucifix should be treated. He insisted that believers must show reverence to the cross, not only in prayer but in their daily actions. Keeping the crucifix clean, handling it with care, and never treating it as just another object were all crucial practices he encouraged. He warned against allowing the crucifix to become covered in dust or neglected. Doing so, he said, reflects the state of one's faith. If the crucifix is forgotten, perhaps faith has also grown distant. But if the crucifix is central in a home and in daily prayer, then faith remains strong. Another warning he gave was against mixing the crucifix with objects that contradict Christian beliefs. Some people place it alongside items rooted in superstition, such as charms, talismans, or objects associated with non-Christian practices. Padre Pio cautioned that this weakens the spiritual power of the crucifix, as it is meant to stand alone as a symbol of Christ's ultimate authority over all things. For those who struggle with maintaining a strong connection to their faith, Padre Pio suggested a simple yet powerful habit: begin and end each day with the crucifix. The first action in the morning should be to make the sign of the cross before it, thanking God for a new day. Before going to bed, a short prayer in front of the crucifix should be offered, seeking protection through the night. He also recommended a profound but often overlooked practice: kissing the crucifix. He believed that this small act of devotion strengthens one's relationship with Christ, serves as a reminder of his love, and keeps faith alive in the heart. Many believers have found comfort and reassurance in this practice, especially during difficult times. Another crucial teaching was the importance of family prayer before the crucifix. Padre Pio taught that when families pray together in front of the crucifix, their bonds are strengthened, tensions are eased, and divine grace flows into their home. He often repeated the phrase, "A family that prays together stays together." He encouraged families to set aside at least one day each week for collective prayer in front of the crucifix. It didn't have to be long, just a few moments of gratitude, asking for protection and seeking guidance. The impact of this simple habit has transformed countless homes, reducing conflicts and fostering deeper love and understanding among family members. Many families who adopted this practice noticed a shift. Arguments became less frequent, mutual respect grew, and a sense of peace settled in their home. Padre Pio explained that when Christ is placed at the center of a family's life, blessings multiply. For those facing financial struggles, he also recommended praying before the crucifix with trust and gratitude. He explained that abundance does not come from wealth alone, but from being spiritually aligned and open to God's blessings. He warned against greed and fear, teaching that those who give generously, even in times of need, often find unexpected blessings in return. One of the greatest mistakes he cautioned against was failing to believe in the crucifix's power. He said, "The crucifix is a key, but faith is what turns it." Without faith, even the most sacred objects hold no power. He urged believers to renew their devotion daily, to trust in the protection of the cross, and to actively engage with its presence in their lives. Padre Pio's message is clear. The crucifix is not just an ornament. It is a shield, a source of healing, and a key to transformation. Those who truly honor it will see its blessings unfold in their lives. If you already have a crucifix, now is the time to reflect. Are you using it properly? Is it placed in the right location? Do you engage with it daily, or has it become just another object on the wall? If you don't have one yet, perhaps today is the perfect time to bring this sacred protection into your home. Faith, when put into action, has the power to change everything. Padre Pio promised that those who embrace the crucifix with sincerity will never walk alone. Through its presence, peace, protection, and divine grace will always be within reach. Padre Pio always emphasized that the crucifix is more than a symbol. It is a direct connection to Christ, a source of grace, and a shield against darkness. But to fully experience its power, believers must actively engage with it, integrating it into their daily lives. Simply having a crucifix in the home is not enough. It must be honored, prayed before, and treated with devotion. One of the most powerful lessons he taught was that prayer before the crucifix has specific moments of heightened spiritual impact. According to him, there are two key times when the veil between heaven and earth is thinnest, 3 p.m. and 3 a.m. Padre Pio explained that 3 p.m. is the hour of mercy, the exact time when Jesus took his last breath on the cross. It is the moment when the greatest sacrifice was made for humanity, and divine mercy was poured out upon the world. He strongly encouraged believers to pause at this hour and pray before the crucifix, reflecting on Christ's suffering and asking for forgiveness, strength, and guidance. Many who have followed this practice report experiencing an overwhelming sense of peace, a stronger connection to their faith, and even unexpected answers to their prayers. Padre Pio suggested that at this hour, believers should pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet, meditate on Christ's Passion, or simply take a moment to express gratitude. The other significant time is 3 a.m., often called the spiritual battle hour. It is believed that this is when darkness reaches its peak before the first light of dawn. Many spiritual traditions recognize this as a time when negative forces are most active, but Padre Pio taught that prayer at this hour is especially powerful in dispelling fear, temptation, and spiritual unrest. Those who struggle with insomnia, anxiety, or unexplained disturbances in the night have found relief by praying before the crucifix at 3 a.m. Many people have reported waking up at this time without knowing why, only to find that after taking a moment to pray, they felt immediate comfort and a sense of divine presence. Padre Pio explained that when someone wakes up unexpectedly at 3 a.m., it may be an invitation to pray for themselves, for loved ones, or even for souls in need of intercession. Life is filled with difficult decisions, moments of uncertainty, and challenges that seem impossible to overcome. Padre Pio often advised that when faced with a tough choice, one should turn to the crucifix for clarity. He recommended praying before it, asking for wisdom, and seeking divine guidance before making any major decision. Many believers who have followed this practice shared that after praying before the crucifix, they experienced unexpected insights, found solutions they hadn't considered, or felt an inner peace guiding them toward the right path. Some even described moments of inspiration where the right answer became clear in their minds, as if God Himself was leading them. Padre Pio insisted that the crucifix should be at the center of every major life decision, whether it's choosing a career, moving to a new place, entering into a relationship, or dealing with a personal struggle. He advised believers to place their hands on the crucifix, pray sincerely, and trust that divine guidance would follow. Padre Pio also emphasized the importance of introducing children to the crucifix from an early age. He believed that in a world full of distractions and negative influences, children need a strong foundation in their faith to protect them from being led astray. He advised parents to place a crucifix in their child's bedroom, ensuring that their personal space is blessed and protected. Many parents who have followed this teaching reported that their children slept more peacefully, had fewer nightmares, and developed a natural inclination toward prayer. He also encouraged parents to teach children to make the sign of the cross whenever they pass by a crucifix. This small but meaningful act instills reverence and helps children recognize God's presence in their daily lives. For young children, he recommended a simple but powerful practice, saying a short prayer before the crucifix every night before bed. Instead of only reciting memorized prayers, he encouraged children to speak from the heart, thanking God for the day and asking for protection. Children raised in homes where the crucifix is honored tend to develop a whole deeper awareness of their faith and a stronger resistance to negative influences. Padre Pio explained that when children grow up seeing the crucifix as a source of comfort and protection, they carry that faith into adulthood, strengthening their ability to navigate life's challenges. For families struggling with constant arguments, misunderstandings, or emotional distance, Padre Pio recommended a simple yet profound solution: praying together in front of the crucifix. He taught that when family members gather before the crucifix to pray, tensions begin to fade, resentments dissolve, and relationships heal. Many families who have followed this teaching reported that their home environment transformed, with conflicts becoming less frequent and a sense of harmony replacing division. He advised that at least once a week, families should set aside a special time for collective prayer before the crucifix. It does not have to be long or complicated, just a few moments of gratitude, reflection, and seeking God's blessings. For families going through difficulties, whether financial struggles, health crises, or relationship challenges, he suggested that they light a candle near the crucifix and pray together. He believed this act strengthens the spiritual connection of the household and invites divine assistance. Padre Pio always reminded believers that the power of the crucifix should not be confined to the home. It should be carried into everyday life. He encouraged people to keep a small crucifix in their pocket, purse, or workplace. For those who work in high-stress environments, he recommended keeping a crucifix on their desk or near their workspace. Many have testified that doing so brought a sense of calm, helped them navigate difficult situations, and even influenced the atmosphere around them. For those traveling frequently, he advised carrying a crucifix and praying before starting their journey, asking for protection. Many people who followed this teaching have shared incredible stories of avoiding accidents or feeling a profound sense of safety on the road. Padre Pio's message about the crucifix is clear. It is not just an object, but a source of divine grace, protection, and healing. However, its power is only activated through faith. If you already have a crucifix in your home, take a moment to ask yourself, is it placed in the right location where it can offer protection? Has it been blessed by a priest? Do you actively pray before it, or has it become just another decoration? And if you don't yet have a crucifix, perhaps today is the perfect time to bring one into your home. It does not matter the size or material. What truly matters is the faith with which you receive it and the way you honor it. Padre Pio taught that the crucifix is a tool of light, a shield against darkness, and a channel of blessings. Those who treat it with devotion will experience its transformative power. By integrating it into daily life, placing it in the right locations, and praying before it consistently, you open the door to divine grace. Through the crucifix, peace, protection, and unexpected blessings flow into the lives of those who believe. Now is the time to make a choice. Will you treat the crucifix as just another object, or will you honor it as a sacred key to transformation? The decision is yours, but one thing is certain: those who truly embrace the crucifix with faith will never walk alone. If this message resonates with you, make sure to subscribe for more powerful teachings. And if you believe in the power of the crucifix, type "I trust in divine protection" in the comments below. Your act of faith could inspire someone today.